Ready?
Okay, Arnie, ready?
Ready.
Good. Short the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we begin, did you also publish a notice that other business can come before this meeting?
I did.
Okay. All right. We begin with your borrowing base certificate. The borrowing base calculates your average revenues over the last 3 years. And from that, we determine what your debt limits are. And you can see that there are the gross revenues for 2020, 2021, and 2022. They total $3,045,527 total. Divide that by 3, and your borrowing base is $1,015,176. And I'll need that to be signed by Township Secretary.
Is it the original or
And
the
seal.
pretty copy? Just the seal on the first one, right?
Okay. Next, we have your debt statement. Which tells you all of the debts owed by the township. And as you can see, there's only one debt, and it is the $1 million line of credit outstanding. If you go to the next page in subsection 3, it says we're going to, or you're going to, issue a bond in the amount of $1 million. And that your non-electoral borrowing limit is $2,537,940. And this is for the purpose of taking that $1 million line of credit and advertising it over 15 years.
Can I put my name back there?
Yeah.
Seal or no seal?
Pardon me?
Seal?
Yes. Then we have the ordinance, which if passed will authorize the signing of the bond for $1 million. It's titled An Ordinance Refunding the Indebtedness of Canton Township, Bradford County, Pennsylvania by the issue of a general obligation bond in the amount of $1 million for refunding purposes, fixing the form, number, date, interest, and maturity thereof, making a covenant for the payment of the debt service on the bond, providing for the filing of the required document, providing for the appointment of a sinking fund depository for the bond, and authorizing execution, sale, and delivery thereof. And then it goes on to recite the history here, which is that you had the fire, had to rebuild the building and replace the equipment that was destroyed by the fire, and you ran up this line of credit of $1 million, and you want to amortize it over the next 15 years. And it goes on to say that you've determined that a private sale of the bond is in the best interest of the township, that what you're going to use it for will have a useful life in excess of 15 years, and you're going to be making interest-only payments on the first day of each month commencing August 1, 2023, with annual principal payments made on the first day of August every year, including this year, in the amount of, what is it, 600, let me check.
66,666.68.
Thank you very much.
Or thereabouts.
You certify that this is a general obligation of the township, and the full faith and credit and taxing power of the township is pledged as collateral, and the form of the bond is attached as Exhibit A. And you decided to award this to First Citizens Community Bank, and in accordance with their offer to the bank made months ago. And you also authorized the township secretary and the board of supervisors to contract with First Citizens Community Bank to serve as a sinking fund depository. What you do is you put the payment into the sinking fund depository. When it's due, they take it out.
Paperwork right there.
And you've done everything that has to be done in order to comply with the Local Government Unit Debt Act, and all ordinances not in accord with this ordinance are hereby repealed. And so that is the ordinance. And you'll have to vote on it. You'll have to have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. In light of that, you're going to sign as chairman of the supervisors and as township secretary. This is a certificate to be signed by the secretary that says that this meeting was advertised, duly advertised, and it was advertised in the Towanda Daily Review, and that a copy of the ordinance has been available for inspection by any citizen by calling you and asking for an appointment.
Is that where we advertised the first time?
Second time, yeah.
First time was in the Canton paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second time was online. I couldn't see it because I don't have a subscription.
Here's the certificate. Yep, you signed it. All right, we're good. Now, I have to advertise the passage of this ordinance, and I'll do that right away. But then we have to apply for approval from the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED, and pay a filing fee for that, and they have 30 days to approve or to disapprove it. So, that's next. I submit it to DCED.
You have all the monies that you need, right?
I have all the money?
Yeah, did I give you the checks and stuff?
Oh,
for all
yeah.
that?
Oh, you gave that to Justine, did you? Well, probably back in May.
I gave it to you at May. Mhm.
Good. Any questions for me?
I don't think so.
That game, it was tied up 6-6, top of the last inning.
I know. I couldn't believe how they
And
got all those runs.
my daughter came over and said, you know, you can buy food right over there. I said, you can? I ran over, bought myself a hot dog, bought my wife a hamburger. I said, I'll be back for another hot dog. I got back to my seat, and Troy was down by 4 runs, 10-6, in that much time. And then they got 2 outs, and they scored 5 runs to win the game.
I know. That was a good game.
Yeah. And you know, you can get a report of that game online. I have to tell you the name of the site. My wife showed it to me. Pictures of the kids and everything.
Okay.
Right up with the game. I think it's called Northern Tier Sports.
Okay.
So that's for the sinking fund account.
Ron said I'd get ahold of you.
Mhm.
He didn't?
Doris and Gene Ruddy want to know how much it's going to cost to put a new driveway pipe in, and I said, well, I said they got to get a hold of you and get a permit.
Driveway pipe?
Yeah, don't they need a
If they
permit for that?
have existing
They got one
driveway
now.
pipe.
They already
then
have one.
Just
They don't,
replace
they
it.
don't need it.
Bob needs to look at it to
Kale said
increase
they-
it.
Kale, when I talked to Kale,
Oh, sorry.
he said they just need to buy the pipe and we put it in.
Right. But it goes up to 18 inches, so whatever they have, they'll.
Well, she said, I hope it's not going to cost too much. And I said, well, the last one we put in was $10,000.
Right. I'll tell Bob to go look at it.
I already told him.
Oh, okay.
And Brian Kreis called about the signs over there that got knocked down in the accident. I said something to Bob about ordering new signs. Brian said to give him a bill because the insurance is paying for it. So,
What are they, 35 mile?
no, they're
His
his driveway
lane.
sign and Route 14 sign that was there at the end of his driveway. He said that the insurance was going to pay for it all. I don't know if they've had time to go get them or not.
So, insurance. What do we want to do? Stay with Gannon's or go with EMC? Sheldon.
I say we go with Kilmer and go with EMC. That's the motion I'm making.
You making a motion?
Yep.
Well, I'll second it then.
I don't know how long it takes to get everything switched.
So we're going
around.
with you.
Okay. So I just have a couple forms here. It's just a known loss, that there hasn't been any claims here in the last month or so, or month and 2 days. So I just need signatures on this, and I'll handle everything else from
Okay.
my end. It should be pretty, all my underwriters are on board with everything. I talked to them today. Well, actually last week, they were all off today, the holiday, but we're all good to go. I just want to
Okay.
make sure everything is taken care of.
And then you contact Gannon's or we do?
So what I have here, I have a cancellation request too. So we'll get the signature on this and we'll send this into Selective, the
Okay.
current provider, and they'll look from there, but I can reach out to Gaines too if you want me to.
I'll talk to Gail tomorrow.
Okay. So if you just want to sign this, Eleanor, if you just want to sign it, then I can print your name, but that's okay with you. That way you're not sitting here, feel like you're signing your life away. So that first one's for AmTrust for the workers' comp.
Okay.
Have you noticed the corn up? No.
Not yet. Needs rain.
Yeah. I planted all day today over at Woods. We only got like 3 or 4 acres left to do. Got 3 acres we got to plant over. The first that we planted, birds went right down through and picked it right out of the.
While she's signing that, Mark, if you want to sign right here by this X for that one. So this is just the cancellation request for the selected policies.
What date do you want on there today?
Today's fine. Yep, 19. You guys have any other questions for me or anything like that? Yep, then once we have the new policies, I'll get in touch with you and review. I have a coverage checklist. It basically summarizes the 200-page document. It's just a front and back coverage checklist. That way, kind of a one list through everything.
I'll keep it going.
I thought I was going to have 3 kids with me tonight, but the baby and the older sister, but they decided to take them with them.
They just playing ball again tonight?
No, they went to Williamsport. Leah had a pitching lesson or something down there. He was going to go, and he was going to stay, and then he was going to go, and I told him we'd go to Flavorland after the meeting, so then he decided to go with me.
Smart kid.
My only grandson. Got 4 granddaughters, another granddaughter on the way. My youngest daughter's going to have a little girl in October.
Got granddaughter's playing All-Stars.
How many more?
We're at
Westchester.
2 more.
okay.
Carlos.
Yeah, they wanted for each line of
That's
Sure.
insurance.
Is she? That's what we were watching. That's what Arnie's granddaughter's on the same. Now your daughter she's come over to talk to you. She's got blonde hair.
Yeah,
Okay, because she looks like you. Well, she's better looking than you, but I'm just saying that she resembles you.
her mother was the prettiest girl in the school.
Yeah.
She didn't have multiple sclerosis back then.
No.
No.
And
I
so
don't know how
you're
I got so lucky, but I
because
did.
my granddaughter's daughter is friends with her. I think Trisha is friends with your daughter.
Sure.
This is the last. So this is just we'll get updated loss runs that I'll have to send into the insurance office too. And they should come directly to you updated last. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. I have everything signed.
Don't trip on that sandbag there. You see Joe Biden trip on the sandbag?
Yeah, I heard about that. So the replay.
So the only other question I have is the status of the truck. Has anybody heard anything? Is it
Hasn't
here?
come in yet.
Boy, that was a line of
The
baloney.
equipment is, but they said the box is made, all they have to do is get it sent down. And your hydraulic stuff they can get right in. But they said the truck, they checked with Ted and it hasn't come yet.
Well, they told you if we didn't order it, last fall, we wouldn't get it until June. Remember?
Well, June's just about up here.
Yeah, I know.
That we had to order it the end of September, October, or whatever, so we could
Yeah.
have it.
Well, no,
by
we'd have it in
June.
February or March, and then if you waited till January, you wouldn't get it till June or something like that, so. Well, I guess. Bob's is still holding out, so.
I don't think they even drive it, it sits in the
Well,
shop.
it's a smart move. As soon as we get the new one, I think we better get rid of it.
That's all I got.
That it?
That's it. That's all I got.
Well, good, it's 9:45.
Yeah, I know. It's been 9:45 for a long time.
Okay, you done with me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got no more use for me, okay.
No. We'll see it. Now, somebody said they playing Troy tomorrow, or Wednesday.
Thursday is what my wife told me.
Thursday? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're lucky we haven't had to travel. I didn't go to Mansfield, the first one.
I'll make the official motion there, Gary.
Yep. Make the motion, Jerry.